Hey, Mike Ashel here. Uh, Evidently, we're within a month of your ceremony, which is pretty awesome. I hope you're really excited. And if there's anything I can do to make this less complicated and crazy, let me know, okay? I'm going to be looking up every once in a while to make sure I tell you everything I want to about the questionnaire. First and foremost, you cannot talk about the questions or the answers together. That's so at the ceremony, you're going to hear things that you didn't think you were going to hear. Um, one, uh, when you first get the questionnaire, or when you first start looking at it, look at it, read the questions, put it aside, give it a couple of days to kind of germinate or, you know, inside of you because uh, you want to kind of dive deep, and part of that takes just letting it simmer inside of your head. Um, Answer every single question. If one of you doesn't answer a question or takes a pass or say, I can't think of anything, and the other person does answer it, I may not be able to use their answer because one thing that I strive for is that there is a balance. It doesn't seem like one person loves the other one more or, whatever. Yeah, guys usually write less than women, and that's common, but I'm talking about just taking a pass now. No, answer every single question, and it might take a little work to do that. Um, be detailed. So, like, don't write, um, we drove to the beach. Okay. Try writing in the same circumstance, we rented a bright yellow Mustang convertible and drove twisty Highway 6 to Cannon Beach. See, that says the same thing. But if your guests really get a bigger sense of your story when you're being specific about it, okay? So be detailed. Um, I sometimes use almost exactly what is written, and sometimes I edit it a lot. Um, that's mostly so that it's more clear if somebody writes and it needs that kind of editing, or if they put in something that I think might be troublesome, meaning like if I ask you a question about your mother-in-law and you said, she is such a bitch, I'm probably not going to put that in there. So I do some editing, and if I have any real questions, I'll get a hold of you. Uh, be honest. I can't tell you how many times the ceremonies that I've done, which is in the thousands, uh, how much it moves the audience to hear truth because everyone knows nobody's life is perfect and we all screw things up and hideous things happen. So try to lay it out there. That makes for a ceremony that's very real, very authentic, and very emotional. Don't send your first draft. So if you read it, put it aside, and then sit down and answer all the questions, ah, maybe just give it a couple more days because you might think, maybe I want to say this, I want to say that, and you can always change anything you send me, probably right up to the day before. I mean, I can make a change. Um, and try to have the questionnaire back to me by Monday or Tuesday of wedding week. It takes about a day to a day and a half to craft everything. Um, and I want you to remember that I'm going to write your whole ceremony, including the vows, from what you give me. Now, the normal kind of vows, whether it's a recommitment ceremony or a domestic partnership or a wedding, they all involve at some point some form of uh, making promises to each other. I will use words that we always hear in a wedding during parts of it, like, do you take yada, yada, yada to be your, we're going to do some stuff like that so that everyone there feels like, oh, this is real. They recognize it. But also the surprises that you give me about things that you want to say. So have you ever thought, gosh, I'd like to write my own vows? In your answers, you'll see you're going to be able to write any dang thing you want. And I like to put everything in if I can. I've sent a Word document and a link to an online, so you can do it on your phone or your tablet or your computer, or whatever. That's probably what I prefer. But uh, that if you hand wrote it, you have to get it to me by the Monday of wedding week, because handwritten means I have to type the whole thing in. And so if you give it to me in a Word document or an email or online, boom, shakalaka, I can just drop it right in. So have some fun with this, enjoy it, take some time without distraction. And if there's anything I can do to make this less stressful or take care of something that you can't figure out, uh, no problem. You just get a hold of me. I'm your tool, a tool in your wedding, recommitment, uh, whatever. I'm a tool in your toolbox. Use me. I'm going to see you in less than a month, and that's really cool. And I hope you end up loving this whole process. If you have any questions, please shoot them to me. Thanks. Bye.